Located in the far northeastern corner of India, in the state of Arunachal Pradesh, this monastery is not just a spiritual haven, but also an architectural masterpiece that stands as a testament to Buddhist heritage. Whether you've heard of it or not, this is a place that will make you rethink what you know about Indian architecture. Tawang Monastery, or Galden Namgyal Hatse, as it's known in Tibetan, is the largest monastery in India and the second largest in the world. But it's not just its size that makes it remarkable. It's the unique way in which its architecture blends spirituality, history, and the harsh yet beautiful environment of the Himalayas. Let's start by taking a brief look at the origins of this magnificent structure. Tawang Monastery was founded in 1680 by Mirak Lama Lodre Gyatso under the orders of the 5th Dalai Lama. The monastery was meant to be more than just a place of worship. It was conceived as a beacon of Buddhist learning and culture in this remote region. And that vision influenced every aspect of its construction. Built at an altitude of over 10,000 feet, the monastery is not just a religious center, but also a fortress-like structure that's deeply connected to the region's political and spiritual history. The architecture reflects a synthesis of Tibetan and traditional Buddhist styles, but what makes it unique is how it was adapted to the unforgiving mountain terrain. Imagine the vision behind this monastery. Having seen rugged mountains, extreme weather, isolation, and yet, in the middle of all this, a grand monastery rises. The architecture had to be as resilient as the people who lived here. And that resilience comes through in every brick, every beam, and every carved statue within these walls.
Tawang Monastery is spread over a vast 140 acres, almost like a small village on its own. Its layout follows the traditional design of a Tibetan Buddhist Gompa, with the main prayer hall, or dukang, at the heart of the complex. Surrounding it are residential quarters for monks, smaller shrines, libraries, and even schools for Buddhist teachings.
One of the most striking features of Tawang Monastery is this colossal Buddha statue inside the dukang. Standing at 8 meters tall, it dominates the hall, reminding every visitor of the spiritual importance of the space. And then, of course, you have the richly decorated interiors, hand-painted walls, intricate wood carvings, and mandalas, all symbols of Buddhist cosmology and philosophy. These murals tell stories of the life of the Buddha, the great lamas, and spiritual journeys. And they're not just decorative, they're didactic, meant to teach and guide the monks and visitors who come here. Every stroke of paint, every carved figure holds symbolic meaning. The architecture and the artwork blend into one seamless experience of spirituality.
Tawang Monastery isn't just a structure sitting on a hill. It's almost as if it was born from the mountain itself. The way the monastery is positioned is not just about aesthetics. It's deeply symbolic. Like many Himalayan Buddhist structures, it faces east, toward the rising sun, symbolizing enlightenment. This is an architectural style that respects its natural surroundings. The sloping roofs, the tiered buildings, the use of local materials like stone and wood, everything is designed to withstand the harsh mountain climate while also harmonizing with the landscape. It's a perfect example of how architecture in India, particularly in remote areas, has always had to find ways to balance human needs with the power of nature. Now you might be wondering, how does a monastery in this far-flung corner of India impact Indian architecture as a whole? The answer lies in the way Buddhist architectural principles have seeped into the broader Indian architectural landscape. Tawang may be isolated, but its influence is far-reaching. The principles you see in Tawang, symmetry, alignment with natural forces, the emphasis on sacred geometry, have deeply influenced other Buddhist sites in India, from Sanchi to Nalanda. These elements are not just confined to religious structures. You'll find echoes of this balance between nature and design in India's secular architecture as well. Tawang's focus on harmony, between the physical structure and the spiritual symbolism, is something that has been absorbed into the fabric of Indian architecture. Even in modern times, architects draw from these ancient principles of alignment, symbolism, and integration with the landscape. Today, Tawang Monastery isn't just a monument to the past. It's a living, breathing community. It continues to be a center for Buddhist learning, meditation, and cultural preservation. The library here contains some of the oldest texts in Tibetan Buddhism, making it a hub for scholars from around the world. But beyond its religious significance, Tawang also serves as a symbol of cultural continuity in an ever-changing world. The architectural techniques used here, the way they've withstood time, conflict, and even nature, are reminders of the resilience of cultural identity.
So, what's it like to visit Tawang Monastery? For many, it's not just about the architecture, it's about the atmosphere, the chanting of the monks, the fluttering of prayer flags, the scent of incense. It's a sensory experience, one that lingers with you long after you've left. Tawang Monastery is a place where history, spirituality, and architecture come together in perfect harmony. It's more than just a religious site, it's a testament to the enduring connection between architecture and the human spirit. Whether you're drawn to it for its history, its craftsmanship, or its spiritual significance, one thing is certain: Tawang Monastery is a place that changes you.
If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts on how architecture should impact communities in the comments below.